Hey guys, today this is Amanda Danielle here, and I wanted to really hone in on your target audience. So much that you have absolutely no question in your mind that who you've been targeting is in fact exactly who you should be targeting. If you currently have that question at all, that's probably why you're watching this. So here is an extremely detailed understanding of who your target market is and how to dominate your industry and increase your conversions, which really is why you're making infinitely more transactions. So here we go. The first question is, who is your target market? Simply stated. There's a lot of different ways that you can really coin target market, but these are the three most important things that I find are of importance when determining your target market. These people need to have a buying behavior, meaning that they buy your product already, maybe from a different source. People that have a history of buying products like yours or almost very similar to your product already are more prone to buying your product versus someone that's never seen your product before, doesn't even know what it does, what it is, and how to use it. Your target audience also already has an interest in what you're offering. So maybe they have a blog post on their favorite apple pie that their grandmother made, and you sell apple pies straight from grandma's kitchen. Listen, it does not have to be that, but that is a great way to figure out if this is what your target audience really wants. Next, can they afford the prices that you've set? A big problem with many businesses is that they lower their prices or they are marketing to the wrong set of people. Because if you have the buying behavior, that kind of goes in tune with being able to afford the prices that you set. If you are selling a higher brand of a product, you may need to appeal to a higher end of the market. It has nothing to do with so much that people don't have the money a lot of times. It has everything to do with the next thing that we'll be getting into, which is your ideal client. If you can figure out exactly who it is that you'd want to be your ideal client based on many of these characteristics and traits that I've listed, you are already 10 steps ahead of the game. You need to figure out how old is this client that you want? Are they young? Well, let's think about it. If your client is under the age of 18, they're not usually a client. And I say that because you need them to be able to go back and to buy the products and be able to afford the products. Now, the parents of these people under 18 may be your audience, but really and truly, you have to understand exactly who your audience is. How old are they? What do they like to do for fun? Where do they live? And what is their lifestyle like? If you know exactly how old your client is, you know exactly how old they aren't. In other words, if I know that my client is in their mid-20s, I'm going to do things that appeal to people in their mid-20s. I'm not going to try to appeal to a demographic of someone in their 50s. Because if you're talking to everyone, you already know you're talking to no one. So your target audience can't be both someone in their 20s and both someone in their 50s, because these two demographics are so different, generally speaking. What do they like to do for fun? This can give you a great starting ground for figuring out what to talk about, what type of conversations to have, what types of ways to engage with your audience. Where do they live? That's a great way to know where you're going to target offline campaigns as well as online campaigns. Like if you use Foursquare, that's a great way to target people based on their geographical preferences. What is your lifestyle like? This is a really good one. If your ideal client has a lifestyle of partying and having fun, you can't expect really to offer them a product that requires them to sit in one spot and be mundane. It doesn't make any sense. Everything about your ideal client really needs to hone in on the type of products and services that you're offering. What are my beliefs and what motivates me? These are huge. Many businesses don't focus enough on what their ideal clients believe in and what motivates them. And it even goes further to say that if you have, like there's a restaurant called Buddakan that is really based around the Buddhists and their community. If you have a big statue of Buddha in your restaurant, you're probably not going to find the Amish in your restaurant. I use that as an example because if your beliefs are so far away from your customers and your clients, chances are they're never going to be your ideal client because they clash too much with your ideals and your beliefs. So you don't have to necessarily believe religiously or anything like that with your ideal client, but you want to make sure that you have similar beliefs about things in life that they can relate to. And what motivates them? Does money motivate your client? Does traffic to their business motivate them? Does having fun motivate them? You can get an idea about this by having these interactions with different people. And as you have these interactions, take note of everything that we're going through. Now, what kind of characteristics do I have as an ideal client? Well, am I approachable? That's the first thing you should really figure out. If your ideal client is not even approachable, they're not a client, because that means you're going to have to constantly pick with them and fight with them in order to get them to do anything. That's a waste of time. You don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Moving on. Am I the type of person you'd find online? Well, if you have someone online, just because they're online for that moment doesn't mean they're online often. You can gather the information about how often they're online by kind of seeing if they're on. If you're using something like Facebook, you can see how often they update their posts. If they're using something like Tumblr, you can see how often they're on there. Really and truly, there's some people that are on Twitter all the time that are never on Facebook, and vice versa. That's another thing that we're going to be talking more about in the next part of this. So how to figure this out without spending $1 million and all year? Well, there's a couple ways you can do this. My favorite, personally, is outsourcing. Just hire an expert to do the market research on your industry for you. Of course, make sure that researcher is reputable in your area and has some understanding and prior knowledge. This doesn't cost a lot of money, as a lot of people assume. You can go to odesk.com and really find a market researcher for maybe even as low as $30 an hour. And if you only want 1 hour of research, let them know that so they don't go running you a bill for $300. Use Google Trends to hone in on key terms that appeal most to your market. Google is my favorite thing in the world, and I say that openly because it gathers information on a second-by-second basis about what's going on in the internet marketplace. Google Trends allows you to really compare key terms and phrases online using a search tool that they've created. And the results are astonishing. 100% free at that. I've been able to really hone in on my market's keywords and phrases by using Google Trends, which is really a supplement to Google AdWords. And lastly, build a presence around your ideal customer. So after you've had the market research already printed out and ready in your business plan, and you feel really good, you know your customer, you know exactly what they look like if you were to see them. You don't even have to question it. Then you build a presence around your ideal customer. You can have your website name, really honing in on your brand. Your site can be really built around what your customer likes, color schemes, and all that. I mean, it can get extremely technical. But basically, you want to have content that really appeals to your ideal customer. And really, that's all you need to know about target audience. Now, here's the stuff the gurus don't tell you. Okay, are you ready? Well, first of all, your target audience is the first thing that you need to figure out before you even write a single word on your website. If you don't understand your target audience, you don't know who you're talking to. And if you don't know who you're talking to, then you're talking to no one. So if your target audience are single moms, you need to focus on a specific segment of the single mom industry. You can't focus on every single mom that ever walked the face of the planet of Earth. It doesn't make any sense to do that, because you have single mothers that are on maternity leave, you have working single mothers, you have unemployed single mothers, you have single mothers that are millionaires. There are so many different micro niches within that larger audience. So focus solely on one particular aspect of that audience, which is called a niche or niche, depending on what country you're coming from, and completely target on it. Even in your videos, make sure that you are targeting that niche completely. So if your audience is single moms, make sure you go and say, moms, hey moms, I'm talking to you. That leaves no doubt in your mind or your prospect's mind that you're talking to mothers. You don't need to talk to everyone, because if you're selling a product that only appeals to moms, that's the only person that matters to you as your customer. So completely focus on your niche, and don't ever try to talk to everyone, because again, talking to everyone is talking to no one. Now, the next segment that I'm going to be talking about is to really help you figure out how to find your target audience using social media to pinpoint them. So first, we need to determine which social media platform is congruent with your business. Depending on your audience, you may not be using the correct social media platform to hone in on your target audience, because studies show that 97% of Pinterest audience or Pinterest users is really women, and more than 65% of Google Plus's users are men. So if you're selling something like shaving cream and whatever for a man company, I'm not really that, whatever about men. But if you're selling something that's geared really towards men, you may want to be using Google Plus more than using Pinterest. But see, that doesn't mean that you rule it out completely just because your audience is usually men. You're not going to rule out Pinterest, because think about it. Who usually carries most of the buying power in the households? Women. So you might position your manly product to your womanly audience by offering it as a gift for her husband or her boyfriend or her son, or anything that would appeal to a woman. By doing this correctly, you can drive sales and drive traffic to your business like you've never seen. So take the time to know who is using the search engine, and spend more time understanding customer prior to putting marketing efforts on a social media platform that's not where your customer is. Also, know what the platform is used for. Facebook is known for surface level conversations by promotion of likes, shares, and things that don't really require people to have too much one-on-one conversation. Google Plus communities, on the other hand, are known to have deeper levels of conversation, and I think this has something to do with the fact that they're most likely what you're going to see tied to a link to a blog or something of that nature, where people are actually talking. There's less spam than Facebook, even though there are still some pretty good groups on Facebook without the spam. But these communities are a lot more targeted and there's a lot more engagement. So if you want engagement, you need to make sure that the platform offers it. Otherwise, grab the traffic from the platform that doesn't offer engagement, but offers traffic, and redirect your audience to that place where they can connect. Alright, now here's some of the personal strategies that I haven't shared with anyone yet. And these are really going to help you to see exactly what I'm saying. Because what I want you to do is not to just watch this. I want you to go and implement it and then tell me how it went for you. Just comment below. So first, let's try doing a Google search for your target audience, keyword of choice, plus the word blog. Then we're going to take the first 3 sites and use them for market research. These sites tend to have the most targeted information already figured out by their constant writing content and everything that they do on their sites. And you don't have to figure it out. It's already done for you, saving you time and money. So for the purposes of this example, I'm going to use one of my clients that submitted her profile on time, and I love her for that. I'm going to use one of her, or use what I would think is her target audience based on everything that I went over. And so we're going to go to Google and we're going to type in a keyword relevant to her niche that will definitely give her an understanding of who her target audience is and where to find them already, where they're hanging out online. So, because she's in a particular industry, really tailored to clothing, we're going to do plus size clothing plus blog. So, what do we see? There are 64 million results. 64 million. So that means there's a lot of people really trying to hone in on the plus size clothing industry, right? So we're only really focused on the first page of Google because they are the most relevant, of course. If you don't know all about SEO and the relevance of being on the first page of Google and everything, make sure that at the end of this video that you contact me. I will leave my email address for you to contact me so that you can definitely know who exactly or how to usually use SEO. This is not the focus of this at all. SEO is not the focus, but it's definitely a tool that I'm using. So you need to learn it. And by getting into my private client-only group on Facebook, you'll be able to get all the access to all of that. So anyway, this just means this little thing here is just something that I have so that I know if my computer approves it. It's not a spammy site. That question mark's like, who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Gabby Fresh. Now, Gabby Fresh is a plus-size woman, as we can see, who is strongly sporting what I believe is to be a stunning outfit. But not only that, she's a plus-sized blogger. For those of you who don't already know, blogging is the #1 way to really take over a niche. I mean, if you don't blog yet for your business and you don't really want to do it yourself, hire me to do it. Hire someone else to do it that knows blogging. I actually don't do blogging myself personally, but I have some really great referrals businesses that do it. So just let me know and I can definitely get you the information on how to get that done. I do more along the lines of coaching and training so that you understand exactly how to make money in your business from start to finish. So if we look at Gabby Fresh's page, it's very clean, it's very organized. She has a lot of pictures. It's very colorful. Her target audience are plus-size women, and they're all over her page. Look at her. All over her page. She's just keeping it 100% to her target audience and what they would love. And look, she doesn't have any products yet, but she's first on Google. So she's going to be coming out with a place where you can actually shop, possibly for plus-size clothing. If we go to her About page, we can learn a little bit about her. If we click on Facebook link, that will show you that she has 52,000 likes for a plus-size blog. So she's not new to this. She has a complete following, and she's been on Glamour, Teen Vogue, 17, Cosmo, and a lot more. So who's her demographic? She's really appealing to those that really love plus-sized clothing that looks good. So she's like the Lane Bryant or the Ashley Stewart for her niche. And she's really doing a great job of making sure that she's not trying to appeal to everyone, but that she's just appealing to her plus size market. She's sporting a bathing suit. She's sporting everything plus size. So what you might want to do, and this is a little trick that I would do if I were you. You're on her page, you know it's probably a plus size girl or woman who's commenting and sharing. Click on show comments. Look at that. There's a plus size woman. Right? We click on her and we could send her a message as a plus size business owner and develop a client relationship. That is pre-targeted, extremely pre-targeted. Notice something. We did not start on Facebook, but we ended there, right? Because there's over 1 billion people currently using Facebook. So if they're a business owner or if they have a following, most likely 10 chances to 1 they're already on Facebook. But we don't want to start on Facebook to find them. We want to start on Google. Who's going to find you? The most relevant resource first, and then backtrack to their social media following. And then we can really target whoever it is that we want. So this would be a great way to pre-target someone in the plus size industry. And I actually want my client to be able to use this, so I'm going to bookmark this page. And be done with that. We're going to do another one. we're going to do another one for one of my clients that I love dearly that is selling something in the wellness and health industry. And I love her product, but I feel like her target audience is really hard to figure out because she has so many different age groups that really love her product and for different reasons. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another search for Body Shapers plus blog. The first thing that comes up is another personal blog, sarahshaw.com. And as we can see, this is another blog that talks a lot about shapers. Spanx and things like that. That's not as targeted as we would like. So that's why we have a full page. Because see, this is another thing. Just because it's first on Google doesn't mean it's the most relevant to what you want. Because there's something called SEO that really allows people to manipulate their placings on Google. Well, let's try the chickfashionista.com on body shapers and see what they have. So this is saying that body shapers or body slimmers or shapewear, as many would call them, are the essentials that at least 90% of Hollywood celebrities are wearing to look slim and trim on the red carpet. So that gives you a little bit of market research, considering this is true, that body shapers appeal to a higher paying market because celebrities have money. So we're already sure that body shapers can be afforded by our target audience, considering that our target audience would be Hollywood celebrities. And there's a lot of great ways that you can really hone in on industries that may seem untouchable. And if you want to learn those tricks, again, you'd have to contact me personally because I'm not giving that away for free. Just saying. So, this is also more SEO here. 1 or 2 shapewear. It eliminates your worries about looking pudgy, gives you curves in all the right places. That's a lot of SEO terms. And as you can see, there's actual ads here for people that would be buying shapers. So let's go a little bit more specific, considering that my client is doing something a little bit more specific. Spanish body shapers plus blog. There are only 4 million searches compared to the 63 million we had for the plus size industry. That tells you a little bit about your market as well. As you can see here, this is a MLM based, as you can see, It Works distributor that used blogging and whatnot to grab more people to her site. So what we're noticing is that my client has a really untapped market because 4 million results is not really a lot considering it being Google. She could really build a strong blog and or website around her product, around what it looks like, around the offerings, testimonials, and the whole bit to really drive sales to her business. And it wouldn't take long at all, considering that the SEO on these sites are not that good. And I can tell you that just based on my experience in the industry. So we're going to take another client who is, let's see. We're going to take an internet marketing client. And we're going to look at an internet marketer. Or you see internet marketer. But see, they had an internet marketing blog. I want to do internet marketer plus blog. Let's go to the second one. marketingtechblog.com. As you can see, this site is tailored 100% to its niche audience. It's not trying to focus on all advertising and marketing and public relations and all of that at the same time. No, it's just focusing on marketing. Like it said, content, email, mobile, search, social, search marketing. Marketing technology blog. So you have marketing infographics. You have marketing events, trainings, webinars, conferences, marketing strategies, analytics, marketing automation, content marketing, e-commerce, email marketing, mobile marketing, sales enablement, WordPress, you name it. Marketing podcasts, videos, white papers, contact authors, Facebook. So let's go back to Facebook. This one only has 1,728 likes on Facebook, but that does not mean that it's not important, because likes are not the sole determining factor, believe it or not, that you're doing well. It's not with Facebook. So as we can see, there are 1,700 people that are really honing in on this blog. If we can find anyone commenting on anything, we could have done the same thing that we've done with the last one. We have a couple of likes, not very much engagement. Now that shows you something about the actual engagement that this marketing company offers. I'm a little wary about it only because it's a marketing and technology blog with only 1,700 likes. As a marketing professional, they would need to have at least some type of social proof so that people know, well, hey, I can get those likes that I want using what you're offering. But they may offer some really good ideas elsewhere. Let's go back to their blog and see what they have for followers and engagement, where people can engage. Well, we can see that they have 183 flares, which just means that there's been 183 interactions, social interactions, among their posts, which isn't bad. Let's see when they created the post, if there's any information about that. There isn't. But 12 days ago was their last message. So Sean, guess what? He's a tech geek and an aspiring tech startup that needs a wicked, naughty, and original tech business model to buy a Ferrari. That's funny. Does this give us any type of connection directly to Sean? Well, with a little bit of search on Google, we could probably find Sean on Facebook or another social media outlet. I'm going to use another example. Pizza blog. Woo woo woo. Well, because I've been talking about pizza all day, this blog is really about pizza. There's a Pizza Lab, My Pie Monday, Pizza Making Guide, reviews, videos, recipes. Now let me tell you something. This person is extremely smart because they understand SEO. Instantly I can see recipes. That's a strong basis for getting ranked high on Google. Videos, reviews, and tutorials. Styles, every word that they're using here is extremely competitive to rank for, but by combining them very specially, they've allowed themselves to rank first. And I can teach you how to do that. Again, contact me for more information on that. So they have videos, great pictures, recipes, news, gadgets, a directory, and so much more. So really, let's go to their Facebook, and they have 5,000 plus likes. Three comments. Laura Brake says, that looks amazing. So potentially, if we were a pizza company in her area, we could reach out to Laura and introduce ourselves, possibly offering her an opportunity to try our food and getting a testimonial. Literally, guys, this works for any business, any niche, anything. There is no limit on how to use this. So this is how you do it on Facebook. Myself personally, I really don't use Facebook as much as I used to, believe it or not. Although I do have a private group on Facebook. If you wanted access to that group, you have to pay admission to get in. That's just for paid clients only. If you are a paid client and you're watching this and you don't have access, comment. Let me know. Give me a call, and I'll make sure you get access to it. It's a one-time fee for this group particularly, but there is an upgrade to the group as well, where you can learn a lot more, see a lot more video tutorials, and get a lot more personal one-on-one help. But here's a pizza blog for you guys. And I use blog instead of website because blogs rank better on Google. That goes right back to search engine optimization, or SEO. You want things that rank better on Google. A website is a lot more generic than a blog. Blogs are more specialized and more focused and have a lot more niche audiences than general websites. Right? And look at that. We have someone saying they're in love with long tail SEO. It's like clockwork, guys. So back to our slide. Do a Google search for your target audience, keyword of choice plus blog, and you've seen how I've done that. The next thing is to build relationships with your audience and find yourself attracting your ideal clients. So take everything that we just went over. Attract exactly who is looking for your product and your services. Many blogs have captured communities, entire communities. This is why I believe Gabby Fresh was able to attract so many people, because she just started networking on a large scale all over for people and built a community around her niche. And these people are ready to buy with no real means of monetizing it many times. As you can see, she had a blog, but she didn't even have her store up yet. So you can capitalize on their communities by reaching out to these people one-on-one and interacting with them. And once you're known within the community, you present yourself as an authority in your niche, and it becomes much easier for you to find people who are looking exactly for what you offer. For bonus material offered by Amanda Danielle, you need to really have access to my paid member group on Facebook. So all you need to do is to send me an email to successwithamandadanielle@gmail.com for instructions on how to get into my group. And again, please comment below. Tell me if you liked anything, if you needed more help with anything, if you really, really are feeling this, and if you'd like to see more of it. To your massive and extreme success.